Hey you guys, so today I'm coming to you in my little bikini, making a video about this OnlyFans star Lily Phillips who had sex with 100 men in one day. I have a little bit of a different take on it because I have it just for fans. I used to be an escort. I work with a lot of men. I was married for 25 years and I've had wholesome relationships with men. And I'm going to have a little bit of a different take on it. I left some comments on Kim Iversen's video on this, and I will link her video in the description of this video. Now, also plug for myself, if you want to follow me at Just for Fans, it's just4.fans. You have to go and find me because I use a different name, and you will not see my face on the profile picture. But if you want to find me, go over there. I don't do any crazy stuff. I do what women generally like to do, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video, what I think about it. You might have come across her if you've gone into your, there's mine on the top comment, so I'm going to read it to you. Okay, the men that participated in this are likely big fans, desensitized from extreme performance porn, and or they're working with a half deck of emotions, all of them thinking she would love it. So what I'm trying to say, and again, I want to model my bikini, give myself a little plug for my Just for Fans. Let's see. Okay, I think that they're either big fans, they're like, oh my God, this is my chance to meet Lily Phillips. I'm such a fan. I've always wanted to like, fuck her, this is my chance. They're very excited and they think that she's gonna love it. So that's one possibility. The other possibility is that they're really desensitized. They've seen so much crazy stuff in porn that they imagine the idea of a woman wanting to have sex with 100 men in one day, that the woman would actually like it, and they want to be a part of that. And the other one I mentioned is that they're working with a half deck of emotions, because if they weren't, they would know that she's not going to like that. No woman is going to like that unless she's like extremely emotionally wounded, like weird. Because I have heard of women doing gangbangs, but they're like got a couple rocks loose in the head. Okay, let's continue. However, this is key, and this is the key part. They might come there thinking, I'm such a fan, oh, she's going to love it, this is going to be so great. But once they get there and they see the state she's in, and she talks about how she was dissociating, she talks about how she only remembers 3 to 10 of the 100 men. She said she was dissociating, it was too much. And the Josh Pieters, when he walked in at the end of it, the room retched so badly that he was vomiting. Okay, she was covered in sweat and crying, like it was a bad scene. This was not sensual lovemaking. This was her just being like manhandled by, all these guys. I'm not saying that they were rough with her, but I think they were coming on her face and coming in her pussy in the I don't know where all the places they were coming. But here's the key part. So you have to imagine this was not her in her pleasure this whole time. That's why I'm telling you this. She was not in her pleasure. She was performing. She was doing it for the money, and also because she's a woman who keeps her word. She told these guys, you get 5 minutes each, and she felt bad that some of them didn't get the 5 minutes. And I understand what she's saying, because she's a woman who honors her word. She made that promise. She feels a commitment to her fans. A lot of people put her down for that she felt bad for not giving them all 5 minutes because some of them had to be cut short for whatever reason. But I'm going to defend her on that because it just shows that she keeps her word. And, she's like, they drove all this way. I wanted to give them what they came for. So I actually respect that about her a lot. And you have to be a responsible person to be that popular, because you have to make a lot of content. This is not, being a top OnlyFans model, you got to have your act together a little bit. So here's the key part, though, I want to get to. Because Kim Iversen, she's saying some of them, we should also think about the men. A lot of people are coming down on Lily. What is wrong with her? Why would she do something like this? But we also have to think about what kind of men would participate in this. And this is where this is what I want to point out based on my knowledge of men. Because not all men are imbeciles who want to gangbang a woman who's obviously not enjoying herself. That's the key part. It would be instantly apparent to any man that had his wits about him, that she was dissociating and uncomfortable, as she stated herself, as I told you, and their ability to continue being with her, fucking her, in her mouth, in her pussy, whatever, is truly showing their emotional wounding and how desensitized they are. Because I can tell you, the guys that I've been with, even the guys who paid me, they wanted a sensual experience, they want a connected experience, they want to be emotionally engaged, and they want the woman to enjoy herself. The moment a woman doesn't enjoy herself, they're actually turned off. They can't perform. Okay? They can't perform. Men are not like these imbecile reptile creatures. I mean, yeah, there's this animal spirit in all of us, but there are wounded women who are mean to men, and they're wounded men. By wounded, I mean you dissociate from your emotions. And that's what I think is happening for all these people. I've had so many clients tell me they can't have sex with a woman unless she's enjoying herself, or that they want an emotional connection. I'm talking about like super hot guys, hot, successful guys, hot, fit, successful, relationship type guys. They want an emotional connection. The only men that don't want an emotional connection, and how much emotional connection they want with an escort, is going to really vary. It can be a little bit or it can be a lot. Even if it's just a one-time appointment, they want to feel connected emotionally. That's healthy. These are the same men, that are petting their dogs and taking their dogs for a walk and cuddling with their dog. But then you have other men, like, Russell Brand talks about throwing his dog down the stairs when he was a little boy. These are the kind of men that are going to do a gangbang because they're emotionally desensitized. So you see, it has to do with the wounding. This is why I am so for embodied sex. And Lily was not embodied because her body was known she was doing it anyway. Even like in a prostate massage, I always tell guys, your mind might be a yes, but your body, your ass might be a no, and then it's going to hurt to have a finger go in. Like, you have to stay in your body, you guys. And you have to, when you stay in your body and you're connected to yourself, you'll notice if the other person is connected. You have to tune into your partner somewhat. And then I said, we really also need to give men space to talk about what kind of sex they really like. Because I know men tell me they want emotionally connected sex. They want to feel emotionally connected. They tell me that. But they don't go around on the internet saying that. And so I think that a lot of men might think that they're the only ones who want that kind of sex, because men might not go around talking about what kind of sex they like, or that they don't like violent porn. They're not really thinking that this is a point that they have to make. But this is a point that they do have to make. I think it's really good to have some men's voices talk about what kind of sex they like. I've even, okay. So my experience being with relationship type men throughout my life is that relationship type men know how to relate to varying degrees, but they know how to relate. Men who want to deep throat, these are men who do not know how to relate. They want to deep throat you. They want you to gag on their dicks. They want to pee in a woman's mouth. I've seen all this in online porn when I was just curious. Or men who want to stand in line in a gangbang, they're desensitized, and they're reliving their trauma, whatever trauma that had them cut off their emotions, so that they don't care that they're hurting someone. Like, that's hostile. That's hostile to gag a woman with your penis. Like, Why would you do that? Like, that's just mean. Like, do you want me to gag you with a cucumber? That's just criminal. And they get turned on by it. So some women will do it because it turns the guy on. Do you want something gagging you in your throat? That's sick. And I know women who've liked that because we're sexually abused. It's trauma. It's like disgusting. Okay, calm down. Okay. She is also reliving her trauma. Likely she was sexually abused as a child. Now, I do not think that these men who did the gangbang are predators. I just think that they're desensitized and clueless. Because predators are not paying women on OnlyFans. Predators are not going to pay. They're going to take advantage of women, take what they can get. They're never going to pay. And they're not respectful. And I don't think that these men were predators. I think that they're just clueless. And by the way, the type of men that would line up to be in a gangbang, I can almost guarantee you that these men are not good in bed. Because you know what makes a man good in bed? Like, they have good moves. They learn what women like because they're tuned into the woman. They'll talk to their wife or their girlfriend, what you like, what feels good. And they really get to know what a woman likes. And a guy who's good with his wife, he's going to be good with any woman. And then if you're good, you have to tune into your partner, right? And when you tune into your partner, you're not going to do things that they don't like. So all these guys are going to be duds in bed. I'm going to guarantee you that. And they're not relationship guys because even if they are in a relationship, their wives are not going to like fucking them. You want your wife to want to fuck you, you got to be like tuned in emotionally. Now, I'm not saying you got to be like treat her, you got to like know how to be dominant. And I just think these guys are not good in bed. I think they're clueless. I think they're desensitized. And they should have stopped when they realized she wasn't enjoying herself. But what's interesting about the whole thing too is that I think it's giving us a really good discussion. One more data point for women not benefiting from the sexual revolution. I think if women are going to do any short-term mating or hookups, they should just get paid for it. Whether it's an in-person appointment, as a stripper, as an OnlyFans, as a cam girl, I think women should be paid for it. My videos that I make, like my nude videos and everything I do, is behind the paywall at just for fans. I don't want to show it for free. Why should I? I'm not going to go around just fucking guys because I'm so horny. Why would I? It does not benefit women to just go around fucking guys. And to make things more and more extreme in an effort to like keep your customers. I think that there are enough men who enjoy like a more slower sensual experience. Remember the days when women would just post a centerfold? That's a real man should be able to get turned on just seeing a woman pose in the nude in a picture. If you can't get turned on enough by that, you need help. You need abstinence, period, from all pornographic stuff. It's just, men are getting so horny all the time anyway. I do not think they need to follow Instagram models or anything. They probably don't need to follow anyone because they can just rely on their fantasy and just see women out and about. They're already undressing us with their eyes. They don't need, and all that extreme stuff is now I sound judgy. It's just weird. Okay, what the point I want to make is that she wasn't enjoying herself. I can guarantee you that. And I'm very, very big on women enjoying themselves and staying embodied. And listening to your body, like, what do I want? And now she's going to do 1,000 men. And Kim Iversen figured out it's impossible to do in 24 hours because there aren't enough seconds or something, or it's like 1 second per guy or something. Maybe she figures she'll give each one like 1 in, 1 out. I don't know. She's going to do 1,000 men. But what is the point? There are some other interesting things out. I just also start reading a book by Brooke Urick, who used to work at Seeking Arrangements, the sugar daddy site. And I'm going to make a video about that because her book is just so good. And that book is really about how the guys on the sugar daddy sites, they're basically predators taking advantage of young women who don't know any better. So if you like my videos, subscribe to the channel. In the membership area, I talk a little bit more things about my personal life. But again, this is YouTube. Everything is G-rated on YouTube. Although I have seen some nudity on YouTube that was like weird. Like these women nude with these sheer dresses. You can see everything. But it's okay because it's clothing attire. I read a chapter from my book, The Fuck List, and they gave me a strike because it was too erotic. But these women can post, and I'm just reading a book that's on Amazon. And these women are posting completely nude. And then some of these ladies doing the yoga poses, you can see the crack of everything, their vulva lips and everything, and they're moving around to try to turn you on. Like even I get turned on, and I'm not even into women. But they say it's yoga, but it's not. It's like pornographic. Like YouTube is weird, but you can do it because it's yoga. I could probably sit here in a see-through bikini and be like, this is my bikini, and now I'm doing yoga. And they'd be like, well, she's just doing yoga in her bikini while I'm just sticking my crack of my ass in your face, you know? But I don't want to risk losing my channel or getting any more strikes. And also, I don't want to show guys all that stuff for free. One thing I have found on my Just for Fans is like there's so many guys that follow me hoping to get something free. And over the years, I've tried like different ways to kind of tease and get some of these followers to become what are called fans or subscribers. Never one out of thousands of followers, never once did one of them actually become a paying subscriber, because my site is like $35 a month. And what I found out is there are some people who are going to pay because they can afford it and they want to pay. And there's some people who are never going to pay. Okay? They're going to follow you just to get the free content. I'm talking about the fan sites. They're going to follow to get the free content. They're never going to pay. They're never going to pay. And what I realized is you cannot convert a follower into a subscriber. Cannot. On YouTube you can. Like people can subscribe to my YouTube channel and then maybe eventually they'll want to join so they can see more content, especially as they get to know me more. They get more interested, or they get like, oh yeah, that's something worth paying for because I followed her for a while. But the porn stuff is different. They see you and they're either like, you're either a guy who's going to pay for porn or you're not. You're either a guy who pirates his music or pays for his music. Like you pirate stuff or you pay for stuff. Or something like that. But I've never been able to convert a follower into a paying one, ever. And I've tried different things to kind of like give them little teasers. It has never worked. And that's why I think that women do not benefit having hookups with guys trying to turn them into a boyfriend. Never going to work. They want to be your boyfriend. They're not going to try to fuck you. They're going to take you out. They're going to treat you really well. They're going to get to know you. Because they don't want to turn you off by pushing for sex right away. The guys that are just out there to like want to fuck you right away are never going to want to date you. You cannot convert them into a boyfriend because they didn't show up as a boyfriend. You got to see how people show up. Unfortunately, the comments are turned off here because there are always some guys from the manosphere crowd who want to come in and just be, I don't want to say assholes because assholes are really sweet. I like them. Jerks, losers. And it's always men who do it to me. I know in other channels it's women. So the comments are turned off. In the members area, the comments are on. So you can go over there and leave a comment there if you want to say something about this video. Or just leave the comment on the documentary or Kim Iversen's channel. So that's all I have for you guys on this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a really good December. And I hope, well, anyway, thanks for watching my video.